And at the risk of beating a dead calculator, I must discuss New York reopening, reaching the metric of 70% of adults with at least one vaccination shot. Yeah, they actually put fireworks up in the skies. Stop spreading the germs. Now look, when I said the 70% metric was arbitrary, in my opinion, whether it be in Oregon or New York, I mean that. I don't believe it's something that we should use to determine if we open businesses. It's also certainly not something to be celebrated with bright explosions in the sky. Ooh, that one crackled. COVID's over now, right? I've done a commentary on this every night this week, so I'm going to keep this one short. Getting 70% of adults with at least one shot in their arm does not protect anyone who isn't vaccinated. It's really that simple. We try to make this more complex than it needs to be. People keep writing me in and saying, I'm not a doctor. You're correct. I should stick to journalism. I am. And that metrics and goals are important. So I agree. Here's a metric that doctors are pretty unified on. The number 2. The number of shots you need to be fully vaccinated, unless you get the J&J, but 2. 2 should be your number 1 metric. If you get vaccinated, right, your risk of getting sick drops to nearly 0. Your risk of getting really sick is astronomically low. And your risk of dying, it's almost too small to consider. Multiple studies from hospitals across the country have found that nearly 100% of their COVID patients right now are people who never got the vaccine. The people who are getting really sick, the people who are going to the hospital, the people who are dying are the people who did not get the shot. In Oregon, 60% of adults are fully vaccinated. Millions of people who can safely do anything they want without worrying about COVID. We could share a carne asada burrito laced with pig meat in a Hamosh pit in the ball pit at a Chuck E. Cheese, and COVID isn't on the list of concerns. So let's open the state. And if you're not vaccinated, don't be surprised if you catch COVID, maybe while watching fireworks. With that said, why don't we count some vaccines? All right, we like to do that each and every night. According to the CDC, 2.41 million Oregonians have gotten at least their first dose of a vaccine. That works out to be a little more than 68% of the state's adult population. The governor says when we hit 70%, the state can fully reopen. Right now, we need about 60,000 more people to get vaccinated in order to hit that mark. In Washington, the state is reporting 4.12 million people with at least their first dose. That's a little more than 67% of the state's 16 and older population. That's the metric that Washington is using. They're also aiming for 70% of that age group, but the governor says they're going to reopen by the end of the month no matter what.